Today's story is a Today's Life story. It's titled, Helping a Stranger. A big black purse dropped onto the floor right beside Karis. The main aisle in the church building was full of people, as it usually was on Sundays. A little bit different now, huh? Karis picked up the heavy purse. She looked up into the faces and turned around slowly to see who had dropped it. Finally, she saw a thin, wrinkled face looking down. Karis pointed to the purse. "Is this yours, ma'am?" she asked. "Oh, yes, dear," the elderly woman said. "Thank you so much. I thought that my purse would surely be flat as a pancake with all of these people around." Karis imagined a big flat pancake with handles. She smiled, handed the woman her purse, and looked around to her parents and brother. She started to inch down the aisle toward them. "Wait a second, dear," the woman called. Karis squeezed her way back to the woman. The woman held out her hand. "For you," she said, and she dropped a caramel into Karis's hand. It's a kind of a candy. "Thank you," Karis said. "The thanks is for you," the woman said with a smile. Karis found her family, and she showed her little brother the caramel and quickly closed her hand again. "Where'd you get that?" her brother asked. "A woman with a big black pancake?" Karis held her hand over her mouth to keep from laughing. Everyone was getting quiet. The service was about to start. Karis's brother frowned. "The woman had a purse, not a pancake," Karis said, and she giggled again. "I'll tell you later." After the church service, Karis told the whole family about the woman with the big black purse. "I think she's new," Karis said. "I haven't seen her here before." "That was kind of you to help her," Karis's father said. Karis's mother nodded. "And speaking of new people," her mother said, "someone finally moved into the house next door." "I hope they have kids," Karis said. "We saw them moving in yesterday while you were at the Jackson's house," their father said. "I don't think they have any children living at home, though." Karis and her brother looked at each other and sighed. "We invited them over for Sunday lunch," their mother said. "Maybe we can get to know them and help them get settled into their new house. And I hope we'll get to explain the gospel to them." Karis said quietly. "I wish they had kids." As they pulled up into the driveway, Karis put her face close to the window. "There's a man outside over at the house next door. Can we go say hello?" Her mother nodded. "I'll come with you," she said. Karis and her mother got out of the car and waved to the new neighbor. "Still going to join us for lunch, Mr. West?" her mother called as they walked across the front lawn. Before the elderly man could answer, a dog ran around the corner of the house, barking at Karis and her mother. "A dog," Karis said. Karis held out her hand to the dog as it bounded up to her. "Patch is friendly," said the man. "Yes, ma'am. We're looking forward to lunch. My wife should be home from church any time now." The man looked down at Karis. "You like dogs?" he asked. Karis nodded and hugged the dog. "I'm sure Patch would enjoy having you come play often," he said. "He needs brushing more than we can do." Karis looked up. "I'd like that a lot," she said. "He's such a friendly dog." "Well, look at that. There's my wife now," Mr. West said, looking beyond them to the car pulling into the driveway. An elderly woman got out of the car. She was carrying a big black purse. Karis stood up smiling. "Well, what do you know?" Mrs. West said. You're not just a kind stranger. She took Karis's hand. We're neighbors too. How nice. How did Karis help at church? She picked up the purse that someone had dropped. What did Karis wish about the neighbors? She wished that they had kids. How did Karis's mom think they could help the neighbors? Help them settle into their new house and explain the gospel to them. What did the elderly woman call Karis? Dear, a kind stranger, a neighbor. Are we always rewarded when we help someone? No. Who offers the best example to follow in helping others? Jesus. What is the best way to help others? When we explain the gospel to them, that Jesus died on the cross for their sins, and that he rose again, and he can be the Lord of their life if they just ask. Have a blessed day.